It's a Democratic Socialist defeating a 30-year Democratic incumbent in Denver, Colorado in the district primary yesterday.
Another ultra-far-left candidate just won. This is fine. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. More rosy and wonderful news to cover with you all. You know how we talked about those three Democratic Socialists of America aligned far-left congressional candidates who won in New York and now are going to become our future members of Congress, the people who won't say whether murderers should be imprisoned or want to abolish ICE and want to end immigration enforcement, or one of them refused to say whether or not she was literally a communist. Yeah, that lovely bunch we've covered quite extensively on this channel. Well, there's a fourth rising DSA-aligned socialist star who's likely going to become a member of Congress after winning a primary in Colorado. Her name is Melat Kiros, and she is, interesting. I guess we'll see. Anyway, here's Fox News reporting on her big upset win last night.
It's a Democratic Socialist defeating a 30-year Democratic incumbent in Denver, Colorado in the district primary yesterday.
All right, this comes as influencer Hassan Piker, one of the most ungrateful Americans we have, warns that progressive politics is, quote, coming to a city near you. And he's not lying.
It's insane.
I just love, sorry, I'm just going to pause here and say, I love just Hassan catching strays. One of the most ungrateful Americans we have. You know, that's not in the teleprompter script, and he's just ad-libbing that in to take a shot at Hassan. But it's not wrong, not untrue, but he really does hate America and Western civilization, even though it's, you know, created this flawed but free and prosperous society that he's become so successful in. But yeah, anyway, the main story here is this insurgent candidate upsetting a longtime incumbent and explicitly aligning herself with the Democratic Socialists of America, the flat earthers of American politics and public policy, though they actually at times do get a run from ultra mega populist economics that is similarly out of touch with reality. But yes, I do consider it to be insane and disqualifying to align yourself with and be a member of DSA, which explicitly wants unlimited mass immigration, hundreds of millions of people, no border enforcement, wants to abolish the Supreme Court as we know it, wants to remake the United States Constitution. None of that is remotely an exaggeration or a caricature. It is all straight from their website policy platform. And now we have people aligned with that are about to become members of Congress. This is fine. That meme of the building on fire and he's just sipping his coffee saying, this is fine. Everything is going amazing. That's me right now. Anyway, more here.
Rivera joins us live in Washington with the details. Good morning, Maddie.
Hi, good morning. That's right. Colorado's first congressional district is the latest to see a shift to the far left. Voters ousted Democratic Representative Diana DeGette in favor of political newcomer Melat Kiros in the primary. It marks a major generational shift as well. DeGette came to Congress in 1997, only months before 29-year-old Kiros was born. Kiros, a Democratic Socialist, supports Medicare for all, abolishing ICE, and ending U.S. military funding for Israel.
So I'll just pause on this for a moment to say, as much as I don't like to see these crazy people winning, the establishment Democrat was fairly crazy in her own right, though not a, full DSA aligned radical. And there's something perverse about a incumbent who's been in office for 30 years as a member of the House since 1997. That is the year I was born. I don't like that. I am not sad to see, though I don't support these crazy people being elected, incumbents like that fall. You should not, career politician shouldn't be a thing. And these people clinging to these positions of power for decades and decades on end, it does not sit right with me. Though that doesn't mean I'm going to support crazy people either. So, oh boy, here we go. We'll keep going here.
Her victory comes after several far-left candidates in New York wrapped up a series of wins in last week's primaries. She indicates there is more of where that came from.
We will not wait to take the fight to Donald Trump
Twitch streamer Hassan Piker is backing up those sentiments. Piker is outspokenly anti-Israel and has minimized the October 7th attacks. He's also said America deserved 9/11. He's been campaigning heavily for all DSA candidates, including Kiros.
I think progressive politics, left populism, a politics that centers the needs of the working class can work in every district, in every state. That's why I kept saying over and over again, it's coming to a city near you.
But the progressive movement hit somewhat of a speed bump, too, on Tuesday. Democratic incumbent Senator John Hickenlooper was able to fend off a challenge from 43-year-old State Senator Julie Gonzalez. Hickenlooper says this was likely his final campaign for elected office. Lawrence Ainsley and Brian.
Well, I mean, I guess at least you didn't have a future senator or a potential senator, and it was just well, okay, this is where we're at, where it's like we're really just grasping at straws to spin this positively. But look, I think somebody who is officially a DSA member, who embraces this insane, lunatic, radical, anti-Western civilization organization, that should be disqualifying. And some of her policy positions that are openly stated are absurd. Right? I mean, I've been very critical of ICE, very critical of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown and the effect that it's had on civil liberties. But you need an immigration enforcement arm to deport dangerous people who are in this country illegally, and wanting to abolish that is an insane, insane position. It's not at all reasonable. Now, I don't agree either with her calls to socialize healthcare and have Medicare for all. It's a debatable topic we could dive into, but it would be extraordinarily costly, and there's major drawbacks to our current system and flaws with our incredibly, incredibly flawed and messed up current healthcare system. But there's huge shortcomings to socialized healthcare systems as well, as we see in Canada, the UK, and beyond. But beyond that, though, this woman wants to push a Green New Deal. She wants to funnel just trillions and trillions of dollars of spending of our money into all this green energy stuff that usually has almost non-existent impact on actual carbon emissions, and mostly just gets funneled to green special interests. And then she wants a transgender Bill of Rights that stands 10 toes down on medically transitioning, in some cases sterilizing kids who are confused about their gender, right? Just absolute disregard for the actual evidence base, the fact that these treatments are not, proven or effective or backed by research. But yeah, nothing to see here. Just a super normal, sane person about to become a member of Congress. And she, like many of them do this, does this maddening gaslighting thing where she's like, yeah, I'm affiliated with a party who wants to nationalize most of the economy and rewrite our constitution, but it's really just like the same as having fire departments and roads. That sounds like I'm caricaturing her, like I'm just beating up a straw man or straw woman or straw they, them. But in fact, that is exactly what she said in a recent interview. Listen to this.
Denver's not New York, but Denver actually rates socialism higher than we rate capitalism by 4 points. And, when I talk to voters about what we're doing and why I'm a democratic socialist, I remind them that we have socialism already, right? It's in the roads that we drive on. It's in the schools we send our kids to. It's in the fire stations we call upon. I'm just asking that we extend that security to our healthcare, to our housing, to our nutritional food, to our higher education, so that we're actually meeting the basic needs of everyday working families in this country, so that we're not just getting by and surviving, so that we're actually thriving. And in the wealthiest, most powerful country on earth, we're not asking for much.
We're not asking for much. We just want to take over all of housing, all of healthcare, all of food, all of higher education. Hilarious that she's naming all the industries where we've already spent insane vast amounts of taxpayer money and get increasingly worse results. But yeah, we'll just have more government take over even more of it than they already do. That'll go amazing. And it's just the same thing as having roads, guys. This is insane. Every system has roads, has some degree of public goods. Even the most ardent capitalists believe in that kind of thing. And it's not a government takeover of the economy or the means of production or major industries or companies, which is what we're talking about when you say socialism. And of course, that is the DSA that she is aligned with and embraced, wants exactly that. They don't just want more roads and fire trucks and things like that no one disagrees with. They want to nationalize entire industries, seize them and have them run by the government. They want to rewrite the Constitution. They want to end immigration enforcement, abolish the Supreme Court as we know it. These are all the DSA positions. And you're like, it's really just the same as having fire trucks. That's just gaslighting. Like, I can understand, I strongly disagree with socialism in all its forms, but I can respect your opinion and we can have a substantive civil debate about all of it, but don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Don't advocate for confiscating and seizing and redistributing trillions of dollars, vastly overhauling our entire economy, having the government take over entire industries, and rewriting our system of government in its most foundational forms, and then tell me, it's no big deal, guys, it's just like streets and fire trucks. That is gaslighting. That is an insult to my intelligence, but it is sadly typical of the thin veneer these types are trying to put over their radicalism. And that I have absolutely no time for. I don't know. You guys have to let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't yet. Hit the like button and do consider becoming a channel member to support my independent commentary. And I do videos reading comments from my channel members as well. So if you have something you want to ask me about or get my thoughts on, become a channel member, hit the join button or the link in the description and then comment down below. But regardless, guys, that'll be it for this lovely video. But we'll be back with more insanity, I'm sure, real soon.